So I have prepared the interior, the lower surface of the body, like the two halves of the body, the lower and the upper one, and everything is prepared. I painted the interior parts already and the sections of the landing gear, the interior sections. So before we can assemble these two halves together to form the body, we have to start cleaning it. So meanwhile, let's have a look at the kit itself. Here it is, the Heller Su-27 Ukrainian Air Force. It was released in 2023 with these new markings, but when we go back in the history, it's a re-release from 1990, and it's actually a Airfix kit. It's an Airfix molding. Yeah, there must be some of these old Airfix molding that Heller bought. I remember hearing that in a video of Max Models. He has this great video series about the history of all the scale modeling manufacturers. Now it looks like really this is a very old one, 1990. That's the original date of the moldings. And as I write in the title, they are fully revised. And they decided not to only re-release the old kits, but to fully revise all the moldings, create new boxes, print new decals, and print new instructions. Now everything is of course based on the old kit, so it's kind of a complete workover of the old kits. And I was very curious to find out if these old, like the old but newly revised moldings of Heller, or in this case Airfix, would they be any good or not. Ah yeah, and I got this kit on the market for around 30 euros. That's the selling price, more or less. Now I did already a unboxing video of this kit because the kit is wrapped very beautifully. It's wrapped like a gift into this box, and yeah, you should really at least quickly check it out and see what I mean. I'll link the video up here. Now what I can say already, speaking of the details, is that the pilot is highly detailed. So I assume that the pilot was added later on. Maybe I'm wrong and the exact same pilot was there since 1990, but I don't think so. The pilot looks really nicely detailed. It was very fun to paint because every good figure paints itself. So this kit is a 2-in-1 version. You can actually build two versions of the SU, the Sukhoi 27. One is the Su-27 UB version and the other one the P version. So one is a 2-seater and the other one is a 1-seater. The lower surface of the body is the same part, but for the upper surface there are two versions. You can decide which one you would like to build. So all in all together, you have the possibility to build this kit in 6 different versions actually. Of course, we don't have a high amount of very precise details. There's a lack of details, of course, when we look at the age of the kit. But the details it has, they're quite nice. They're actually not too bad. The only thing is that the smaller you get, like the smaller the parts are in this kit, the more flash it has. Like the two big parts to form the body, the lower and the upper surface, they don't have that much flash around the edges, and the edges are quite sharp. So for this build I used a lot of plastic putty of Vallejo, the acrylic plastic putty. Also I used Mr. Surfacer, the 1200, 1000 and 500. I started with the 500. So there was a lot of like filling the gaps, sanding, letting it dry, apply Mr. Surfacer over it, letting it dry, sand again, fill again. So yeah. Then of course I had to rescribe the panel lines because of all this amount of sanding, a lot of the panel lines were disappeared. And actually with every part that you assemble, there are more gaps to fill. Now what I tried here is the first time I tried some modeling styrene, I used it for the nose and I used it for the landing, for the air intakes. Yeah, for the air intakes. Because the gap was just big enough that a small piece of styrene would just fill it, fit in and fill it. Also, a very problematic area is the area, the lower surface of the wing, where the wings are coming together. I don't think this is good engineering. This is clearly 1990 engineering. So you see the gaps between the wings and the body. These are the main problems because they are so big you can actually see through. There's a question, you have to make a decision. It's a either or fit decision, you know, either it fits on the left side or it fits on the right side, or either it fits up front but it won't fit at the back. So you have to make this either or decisions. As I applied the exhaust nozzles, the lower surface, the fitting was quite good, but at the upper surface I had two big gaps which I had to fill, and that was the result, these two gaps was the result of my decision in the either or question when it was about fitting, assembling like the lower and the upper surface of the body. There also you have to make the decision. At some parts it will fit, but at the other end it won't fit. So to get back to the main question, are the new and fully revised molds of Heller Models any good? Yes and no. I mean, this was a really challenging build. It took a lot of patience. That's the main thing. It's not really a high skill level. Maybe a high skill level in sanding is required, but it's just it takes a lot of patience. And yeah, so this is definitely not a beginner kit. Definitely not. I would say, and I also approached this build as a old school build, like where you have 70% is construction, 15% will be painting, and 15% is decals. And that's the entire build. Like nothing more. And I'll do the same thing here. It's really old school. It's an old school kit and I will build it the old school way. You can definitely see a difference between the plastic on the sprues of this kit and I guess between the original Airfix from 1990. It's like at some parts it's surprisingly nice. And yeah, other areas are surprisingly difficult. Speaking of difficult, after spending so much time with filling and sanding and going back and forth, I thought I need a little change. So why not assemble the shiny canopy pieces, which were waiting here in my jewelry box. So let's try fit the canopy pieces and have something shiny. Right? For a change. Something shiny for a change. But, oh no, look at this. It won't fit. The seat is too high. The pilot is in the way. It won't fit. No. And again, it's a big gap. It's not just a little bit. I could fill a little bit with PVA glue, but no. But yes, we have solutions for everything, right? We are scale modelers. We're going to just build it with open canopy. So if you're looking out for a little challenge, I think one of the Heller kits with the fully revised molds is a good thing. It will be fun for you to build. If you want an easy, quick build, don't pick this one. Don't pick this SU-27. It's quite a fight, but when you're up for it and when you're prepared for it, it's still fun. It's manageable. It's just you have to prepare yourself and start the build with this type of mindset. I bought this pitot tube made out of metal, and to make it fit I had to cut off the original one, drill a hole into the nose and then carefully apply it by using some cyano glue. Now, what is important here, it says on the assembly instructions that the nose cone axis and the pitot tube axis is not parallel. Also, when I assembled the small antennas and stuff, of course, there were some small gaps which I had to fill. It's a good thing when you use the acrylic plastic putty, you can clean it up a bit with a moistened brush with water, just normal brush. But you know, after a few minutes, the small residue has already dried, and you cannot clean it up with the brush anymore. You will have to send it away. But after all this gluing and gap filling and sanding and using putty and using Mr. Surfacer and do some more sanding, I was finally ready for priming. So has anyone built the original 1990 kit of Airfix? Please leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. I love hearing from you guys, and remember, it's not only leaving a comment. People are now commenting that they learn a lot from just reading the comments of our videos. And by the way, do not forget, subscribe to the channel, like the video, give me a super thanks, you can attach a message to it and I'll read it in my next video. As long as it's nothing dirty, okay? Nothing dirty, no hate speech and the rest, yeah, I'll read it.